A good run, a great run in fact, by Fafita. They're working up towards the 40. And now Carney from inside the 40, a kick which finds the line, and they'll have a big chance here to open their account.
Well, speaking of quality halves, this man's done just about everything in the game. He said he's got field issues, but I always said this 12 months that he had at the Sharks last year put a bit of space between him and the drama that has happened to engulf his life from time to time. He's set to explode in 2013, if you ask me, and there's a glimpse of what he is capable of.
40-20 of the new season. It was comfortably inside the red line as well. Across the sideline, about 5 out from the corner post. A tremendous kick at the advantage line. Carney again, getting plenty of touches. Asatasi came out shooting for him. Hyington, his ball goes to ground. Gordon stepping.
Well, Michael Gordon's shown some good signs tonight too, hasn't he? But brilliant work here by Todd Carney, beating 3 or 4 defenders, ducking under a couple, off fractionally. It popped up nicely for Michael Gordon, who's a real powerhouse. There isn't much of Michael Gordon, but his ability to break tackles, get in between defenders.
Morris waiting a dummy half on the last. Carney at first receiver again. Bombing away again towards Ryan. Up against Gordon, but it's Wright who comes down with it.
Have they tested their opposition's defensive line? Have the Sharks come down to a kick? Bo Ryan and Matthew Wright go up. And it's the 4 for the Sharks that comes down with it and gets the first 4-pointer. Great kick from Todd Carney.
Tremendous weight, and they have really tested Gordon out a number of times. Ryan was a factor there in the contest as well, but Wright had the front position, came down with it and got the put down attack between 2 large men. Carney, Hyington, it comes to Robson. A little miscommunication there. The timing wasn't right with Fafita. So Carney puts a kick in. A contest. Gordon under pressure. Coming through was Bo
Lilliman, in fact, first to meet Fafita. Carney to Graham. Here's the last for the Sharks. It's Carney running from acting half, looking for Morris. John Morris gets the first try for the Sharks. Good with the football. Twice they went left with a second man play, hit the front runner. It pulled in a lot of defenders. And then straight out of dummy half. Well read, Todd Carney. They were stretched out wide, worrying about the kick, the Warriors. And his inside man, Johnny Morris, ever alert, plunges over for the first try. You've got to say, I got you. Matty Elliott wouldn't be happy with that. Working their way patiently towards the in-goal area. Carney kicks over the top. Perfect for Bo Ryan. He put it on the outside of his boots. It'd be where they try to get it through the hands. Todd Carney, very, very clever play, clever kick. Yeah, he's onside. Brings it around as well. Does Bo Ryan. Betters his position. The little dummy, the little fake that he was going to put it through the hands there, just kept the defenders up, kept them interested. That kick had to be just perfect. Gee, that's a good kick. And it was.
So from the kick-off, a good set of 6, and Carney goes for the arrow suggested. Tedesco stands his ground too and lost it, and then regathered it, lost it again. That's a try. I think Bakuya got there. That will be a Sharks try. And
the kick goes up. Just watch the centre. Watch the extra effort to get down there to pressure Tedesco. Look at the effort. Look at the gut-busting effort to put pressure on him. Forces the error, and then jumper 16.
He must have been waving them back. Kick over the top, coming down on the goal line. They go high, plucked out of the air by the winger. I think he scored.
The very, very best. Look at this. Gets the kick. Now, this is the 4th one we've seen this game where he's landed it right on the spot. And the ball goes up. Fecky competes for the ball. It's a
right wing. Luke Lewis goes to left centre. Here's Carney with a high now. It's coming down for Corabetti, and he took it beautifully, and then he's forced back. He threw it away. It's there. Calm down. Let's have a look at it. Freddie's declared a try, but there's a number of things to look at. The first thing is onside, and that's okay. Then he takes it beautifully, Corabetti, in the field of play.
It's a great catch. It's a great kick. Look at that pinpoint. And Marika gets the ball and then throws it out to Benj. You watch him when he gets in dummy half, how fast he runs. But he's still learning the game. And this is the way he plays, all-out attack. He wanted to attack even though it was in his own in goal. Does well, catches the ball here. But, yeah, this isn't the percentages, really.
So
within 6 or 7 metres, back towards the short side. Carney onto the chest of Wright, who gets past 1 or 2 Raiders and scores first for the home. And Tyrone, the nephew of David. Carney skipping across field, the straight runner. Pomeroy comes out the other side. Support in field. The ball to Isaac de Gois, and he gets the...
No self-preservation. He knew Edric Lee was chasing him down. Here's the play. The drop-off from Todd Carney. Number 5 from the Raiders coming and said, bugger you, if you're going to tackle me or stop me, you're going to...
He's been stretched and pressured in the middle of the field, the Rabbitohs defensive line. Sutton put a boot out on the Carney kick, but was able to do the rest.
Well, it was a curious play without playing out your set of 6, and they got away with it. Sutton, as you said, read it perfectly, just got up in the face of Carney, realised he was going to kick, played at the footy, but the bounce favoured Cronulla, and Bakuya did a nice...
For his instructions from Robson, who's with the ball. He goes back to Carney. He wanted some depth. Now it's gone back down to the 10, which is Takatisi. He'll play the ball 7 metres out. It's gone to Carney. Carney away for Gordon. There they are, Cronulla. They've gone into...
He got a quick play of the ball, and this time he goes to the line. You see Scott Prince, he gets a bit nervous, and he turns out on the outside play.
The benefit of coming onto the football at pace puts the defence in 2 minds, but Gordon with that last minute change.
Sharks deep inside their own territory, and the reason why Brisbane's ball control this evening has been absolutely first class. 31 completed sets out of 34.
Here's Carney breaking through down the right side. Support coming, Bakuya. Bakuya's on his way to the cherished land, and he puts it down at the Caxton. He loomed up like a winger to complete it. Look at this.
How good's he look when he runs the ball, Todd Carney? Well, he spoke about it in the pre-game. Ball in 2 hands, going to the line.
And this is how it eventuated.
Boy, didn't it look good. Whenever he gets the ball in 2 hands, it just creates doubt in the mind of the defenders.
Ashford, or Ashford, Blake Ashford, the youngster from Paddington. Oh, Norman has left it there, and that is a try to Fecky for Cronulla. They're looked down for a try for Cronulla.
Oh, you feel sorry for Corey Norman. This bomb was near uncatchable. Big torpedo bomb there from Todd Carney. Have a look at the hands here from Fecky. Picks it up, and the strength to carry him over. Great play.
When you're kicking these, you're trying to get the ball to spin vertically, and as it starts to go down, you want it to turn horizontal, and that's what it did. Makes it so difficult for the fullback to catch.
4 uses. Here is Carney again. He puts the kick in. Oh, Wade Graham celebrates 100. Wonderful kick, Carney. Wade.
There's a little bit of a deflection here. Carney is rushed. He gets a kick. It bounces off the legs of Farah, straight up into the hands of Graham, and he will open the scoring for the Sharks.
He has a massive influence on his side. His first 2 touches, he had a kick charge down, he had a pass knockdown, and this time was a kick deflected. But just prior, they had a couple of slick passes. So Benji Marshall can be dangerous, but if Todd Carney gets a move on, he can get some points.
There's been 2 beautiful tackles there. Here's Farah. He tries to put it on the boot, picked up by Carney. Carney's away. The chase is coming from Tedesco in number 1. He comes to Carney, brings him down, got the ball back, Stapleton's around another. He's away. He's looking for the try line. He'll make the try line.
Rushed play. They went down a short side with Farah with no real plan. Carney was in his face, trapped it with his foot. He sprints away. He's only got Tedesco to beat. Tedesco does well, but doesn't lock up the ball. Stapleton backs up, eludes the...
Now, when you hear those sort of figures, it shouldn't come as a shock that you're down 12-0.
This kick, is that a 40-20? Going fast, Tedesco. Not fast enough. Carney's having a big night.
Well, he shaped this off his boot. He learned from the first one. Ball. You can see he hits it and skews across it, and the ball starts to angle across with this breeze, and he knows once it hits the ground, it'll bend right and go out. That's a fabulous kick. Where he didn't hit straight through it, he hit across the ball. And once it landed, it bent towards the sideline.
Well, it's a bit of inexperience from the fullback Tedesco, because he'd given him a warning shot the last time they were coming out of trouble. They got out near the...
12-0 they lead. More than a quarter of the game gone, and Carney puts it up towards Lawrence, and they've got another one. They've got themselves another for a match against the Tigers. That match in round 9, I told you, the second half, he took the game by the scruff of the neck and kicked them to victory.
Well, I can tell you in the 30 seconds leading up to this.
In the run-on side, it's been a long time. And Carney's kick was pinpoint. He's dropping it on. Peters out from the line. Back to De Gois, on to Carney. Carney away to Bakuya. Yes! Bakuya has scored for the Sharks.
Penalty, line drop out, too much for the Tigers. Lovely ball from Carney. Bakuya a good line, but just too strong. Muscles his way to the in goal.
Call it BK after Ben Kennedy. Have a look at they team up on young Curtis Sirenen. He goes for the outside selection. He slips through that tackle, and Tedesco not strong enough to hold him.
Play. Morris to Carney at the line. Graham is there. Did he get the ball down? And a knock on.
Yeah, because Gallen did get to the ball. I thought if it didn't hit his hands and came off his...
Carney. Was that played at? Fafita's chipped ahead. Try to the Sharks. A miracle. The speed of a winger. Fafita on the inside and onside.
Yep, no problem with that. Comes off a couple of Dragons players. Fafita kicks it through. Saw him in the warm-up. He is a real speedster for a big fella.
And it is the last, and it's Carney giving it for Graham. The inside ball. Carney dummies and runs. Todd Carney. Over he goes. The pressure pays off. He was a doubtful starter today, but he takes to the field and takes 4 points.
He's looked sharp from the get-go, hasn't he, Todd Carney? Made a line break early. Have a look at the penalty first that went the way of the Sharks. Hands in the ruck. Got themselves another set of 6, and Todd Carney, this is just a solo effort, throws the big dummy. They had good shape there, the Sharks down the right, and the Panthers' defence will drift off, sliding too quick. Todd Carney sensed it, like all good playmakers do, and used that great footwork to force himself.
Carney goes long into the hands of Pomeroy. There's the half century in game 150 for the Sharks. He gets his 50th try for Cronulla.
Away from the pass here, Todd Carney throws a beautiful ball, but Ben Pomeroy, he just shifts as the ball's making its way across the field. Gets on the outside of Lewis Brown, straightens up inside the Penrith winger.
The Sharks looking for the exclamation mark. Carney kicks, looking for Fecky. Fecky dived.
Listen, you got it wrong on Matt Moreland. He's missed this here. You think it's rolled dead?
Well, you were waving your arm saying no try.
Is it? Great kick from Todd Carney. Saw the space. David Simmons was coming in to take Jonathan Wright. Fecky raced through. Oh!
In this run of 8 straight victories. Carney kicking from inside the 40. It's a good one as well. Plenty of angle on it. And it begins with a piece of brilliance from Todd Carney.
What a start by the Sharks, and Todd Carney, he's a 40-20 specialist. None of the outside men of the Roosters were prepared for it. Kick before tackle 5. Well outside the 40. Both wingers up. And Roger Tuivasa-Sheck in the middle of the field there, just couldn't get across to cut it off.
Carney, across field he comes, electing to go through Bakuya, and they arrive at the last. Carney kicks back towards the posts. Mullen is there and drops it. Kick through by Graham. He dives on the ball.
Back out of the line. You watch, there's Mullen dropping back now. He knew Carney was going to hook it back across the play the ball. Didn't get himself in a great
territory, and Tagatisi has gone through and brushed a couple away. He plays it 20 metres out from the line. Now the Sharks, they get their turn. Beautiful ball. Pomeroy out the back. Bo Ryan scores. Bo Ryan scores for the Sharks. A classic backline play.
Middle of the field. I said they needed to settle down. Well, that'll settle you down. And from there, Todd Carney, there's no one better off the break of play in setting up the outside supports and igniting the speed.
But then speed at the line. Todd Carney comes through. Pomeroy, great offload.
Carney through the hands. Lewis! Luke Lewis gets it down. And the Sharks get their first try.
Forced it pretty easily, but it's a great pass here from Carney. Goes across the face of Fafita, and that outside in run from Luke Lewis, and there's the twist. And they did it again. This time it worked. They just didn't number up properly, the Cowboys. And Lewis so good at running this line. Again, outside in. Pixie.
Carney long to Jonathan Wright, and Jonathan Wright goes through. Carney providing the service, Wright to finish, and the Sharks are up and running.
And it's one apiece on that side of the field. The centres scoring a try each, both beating the opposite man. Wright to step back inside. Gagai. Someone in the Knights team there claimed there was an obstruction. I think it was nothing of the sort. Good ball, Carney and Wright. Good footwork.
Michael Gordon. Carney holding it up. Todd Carney! Carney scores for the Sharks, and they lead for the first time.
And Gordon, of course, backing up the middle as always. Carney, they had an extra man. It caused the Knights defenders just to hesitate, try to hold off, wait for the pass. But he did it beautifully. Doesn't he sell that well? Looks at his outside man. Gagai slides, and Carney sets off for the line. We talk about him not running the football enough.
But the power of many will steer this one over. From the fingertips to the boot of Todd Carney, what way is the ball going to go? A kick that means nothing, but we're riding it home from the eastern sideline, bringing it back. Todd Carney, 7 from 7, 38-10. The Sharks win.
In from the western touchline, hooking it back. He can do no.
Todd Carney trying to stay perfect today. 5 from 5 becomes 6 from 6 at the break. Todd Carney gets it nicely, keeps it straight, puts it over the green dots at Raimonda Stadium.